welcome to Coming Home to St. Mary's, a Your Region This Week special focused on the town of St. Mary's and their Homecoming Heritage Festival. I'm Anandi Carol Woolery. Homecoming is a once-in-a-decade event for the town. It was planned for 2020. However, the pandemic caused a delay of 2 years. Now the town is looking to celebrate big time. In this segment, we speak with Mayor Al Strathdy and museum curator Amy Cubberly about some of the things you can expect this homecoming.
So homecoming is very important to the town. Every 10 years we have a special celebration to celebrate all things St. Mary's, to have a look at our past, to invite people to return and celebrate class reunions. I know myself, I've had a class reunion before, which was a lot of fun, bringing people back. And I have very, very fond memories as a kid of there being a big street dance and what seemed like thousands of people on the street celebrating everything St. Mary's. We have tours. There's a group of volunteers. There's a group of 23 people, I think, that are on the committee that have put this together, and in conjunction, in partnership with the town, and we've fundraised with a lot of businesses locally that have supported so that we can have some extra special bands, some different people to come, and some events. We're going to have a parade, all sorts of things. So it's a time for people to come and celebrate St. Mary's, to share their memories, to revisit the high school, for example, and have class reunions and do all sorts of fun things, and have a look at some of the new structures we have. For example, we have a new fire hall, and not a lot of people have seen it because of COVID. And revisit the town hall, go to the museum, go to some of the other things that are new in town, and people come back, and people that have lost their parents and have sort of drifted away from town, or people that have lived here before and moved away. It's a chance for them to come back and reconnect with some people and celebrate St. Mary's and share memories that they had before. St. Mary's is a very industrious town. We've had a lot of famous people pass through St. Mary's. Thomas Edison worked as a boy at the local rail yards at one time. We had a prime minister that was born just outside of St. Mary's and went to school here, Arthur Meehan. The cement industry, which most people identify with, St. Mary's cement, and a lot of the Scottish masons that built famous structures, or things like our Opera House or our Town Hall that's right to my left here. So St. Mary's has always been a very industrious place where we've, back in the original days when there were lumber mills on the Thames, or where it served as a railway hub for grain movements and all these types of things. St. Mary's is a very special place. It's had a lot of industry, very famous in agriculture for our mink production, as well as there's been a number of farms that have produced special breeds of cattle and that type of thing. Our museum in St. Mary's is a place that has archives. What we're seeing is a lot of people nowadays coming for genealogy, which is very, very important and very interesting. We've seen a lot of during the pandemic, a lot of people doing online research as well. We have a Picture St. Mary's site that talks about pictures and so forth of past history that people can do research. The museum in St. Mary's, we try and maintain a lot of our history and people that have passed through, whether it be Nora Clinch, a famous violinist who was born here, all sorts of things. So at the museum, you can research your personal history of families. You can look at old newspapers. You can see some of the events and things that have happened in St. Mary's in the past. We maintain a museum ourselves as a small community, and we have great pride in the museum. It's next to a park, a beautiful park with a stage where we have performances and a playground area for the children.
So the museum was established here in the 1950s. So it was a local women's institute that wanted to establish a museum in our community. They were actually canvassing for artifacts, but didn't have a permanent home for these artifacts. So they were using vacant storefronts, classrooms, kind of whatever public indoor space they could get their hands on. And an apartment became available in the building we're in today. So they moved into just that one apartment. And then as their collection grew, they took over the subsequent apartments until 1980, when the last tenant moved out and they took over the entire building. So actually the space we're in right now is going to be converted into an exhibit entirely on homecoming. It's going to be kind of a nostalgic homecoming theme focused on the downtown. So a lot of our exhibits focus on 1800s, early 1900s. This exhibit's going to be looking more at the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So those who are coming home for homecoming will hopefully have a nostalgic experience and be able to make a connection and remember some of the things that they see on our walls that weekend. We have a statue of Arthur Meehan in a park on Church Street, and we do get a lot of questions about it. Why is it here? And the story I've been told it was erected in our park in 1986. It had been on Parliament Hill in Ottawa, but Arthur Meehan's wife thought the statue was not a fair representation of him, and it is an interesting artist rendering of Arthur Meehan. So it was put in storage, taken off of Parliament Hill, put in storage. And then when Arthur Meehan's wife passed away in the 80s, it was brought to St. Mary's and unveiled here. I think despite its small size, St. Mary's has a little bit of something for everyone. So we, as of this weekend, actually, we're going to have 2 art galleries in St. Mary's as well as 2 museums. So from an arts and culture standpoint, there's lots to see and do here. Our downtown is a designated heritage conservation district, so there's some pretty impressive limestone architecture in our downtown, lots of great shops and restaurants to check out. If you're more into outdoorsy activities, we have the quarry, which will be opening later in June. We have a fantastic trail system in St. Mary's that goes across an 1850s train trestle above the Thames River, which is pretty neat. And we also have a free kayak rental program through the Yak Shack. So I'm a paddler. As far as I know, this is the only place you can go and access kayaks for free. Usually there's a pretty hefty rental fee associated with that. So if there are any first-time paddlers, I think St. Mary's is a great place to make a day trip of and check out paddling for the first time.
Coming home to St. Mary's will continue right after this. Welcome back. In the second installment of Coming Home to St. Mary's, we speak with Jackie Hibbert, volunteer on the Homecoming Planning Committee, and Andrea Macco, events coordinator for the town, about how much planning goes to an event of this magnitude for a town this size.
Oh, Homecoming is just a great big party for the town, basically. And this year it's combined with the Heritage Days, and Andrea can talk to that later. But it's there's dances on the street for the families. There's a parade on Friday night, followed by fireworks. The dance is also on Friday night. And the kids especially really like that. We block off the downtown area. There's 2 bands this year, and like a lot of people come out and just bring their lawn chairs, and the kids like to dance, and some of the adults get into the dancing. The fireworks are phenomenal. The Rotary Club do a phenomenal job of the fireworks, so that's always a great event. And then on Saturday, the downtown is again blocked off, and that's a chance for the children and the families to go again. And there's Apple Land Train, and is there a balloon artist perhaps? There's all sorts of things for the kids to do anyway.
There's a lot that goes into it. When you're having an event of this magnitude, you're looking at road closures, you're looking at insurance, volunteers, sound bylaw exemptions for things like the street dance and the fireworks, and just coordinating different facilities, ensuring that other parks aren't being used for other events that weekend, and working with council on promotion and even an official mayoral proclamation of the weekend to have fun and enjoy being from St. Mary's or pretending that you are.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it is so much fun. And you make friendships. Like, I can remember over the years, John Odrowski was like number one. He started probably 1978 for sure. He was on that committee, and he chaired every committee after that or was involved with it, except for this past one because he's passed away. But even last time in 2010, he was an advisor to our committee. And it's just been so much fun. I've worked with every mayor at every stage of it and gotten to know them a little bit better. And you just make a lot of good friends. And we do have a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
The first homecoming happened in 1899, and then it kind of happened sporadically. Of course, then it was called an old boys reunion, so no females could attend, I'm sure. But homecoming in its modern form started in 1978, and then starting in 1990. So there was one held in 1978, then one in 1990, and since 1990, it's been held every 10 years. So of course 2020 didn't quite play out as we hoped it would be. So it's happening every 12 years this year. Homecoming's being combined with the Heritage Festival this year, which is kind of a street fair weekend here in town. And we usually see about 3,000 people attend that. So I can only imagine by combining the two and having been delayed 2 additional years for people to come home and to really come home with travel restrictions being lifted, we are anticipating thousands.
I know my grandkids will probably really love it. And then there's the high school reunion. So that's a chance for anybody that went to the high school at any year to come, and even people who didn't go to the high school, if they want to come up, look at the pictures that are up, see if they can run into some old classmates. At the same time as the high school reunion, there are individual class reunions being held. So various years are having their own reunions in the daytime at different places, sometimes at a person's farm, or it could be at a local restaurant. Or somebody's house, and they get together and do that.
Oh boy, I've only been part of one homecoming before in 2010, and as someone who is relatively new to the community, it was incredible the amount of love and support there is for this town and how people hold this town so close to them. So I think that's incredibly notable, if not something that's monumental and sticks out, but it's a very special weekend.
Then the Saturday night is the big event. It's the homecoming dance. Now, last time we had homecoming, there was a pork barbecue before it, but we kind of eliminated the pork barbecue part of it. The Kinsmen did it last time, and we're having a big dance. So there's 2 bands playing, I believe, at the homecoming dance as well, and one of them is Darcy John, who's one of our local country singers who's done well in Nashville, and we all love Darcy Sherman. So, and then the next day is the closing ceremonies. There's a ministerial service, and not sure what else. The front porch show. That's right, on Sunday. So anyway, the whole program is available online on the Facebook page for Homecoming, St. Mary's Homecoming. There is an Instagram page, and then in our local paper, The Indie, there is a program as well, and there will be a special edition put out closer to the date that has everything you need to know on it.
This event is open to anyone. It's funny because most people, when you start talking to them about St. Mary's, they do have some kind of connection. But I've spoken to strangers in airports and, oh yeah, St. Mary's, do you know so-and-so? And turns out I do. However, all of the events during the weekend, with the exception of possibly the high school reunion, because that is for former DCVI students, it's open to anyone. You will have a great time. The street dance is so cool. The downtown's closed and filled with people and food trucks. Fireworks are incredible. The street festival will be awesome for families. There's bouncy castles and magicians and all kinds of activity booths. And then the closing ceremonies at Cadzo Park are just a great day to recover, so to speak. It's a little more of a quieter day, but the closing ceremonies really do showcase what's great about St. Mary's. So you don't have to be from St. Mary's to enjoy it. If anything, you'll end up moving here afterwards.
Coming Home to St. Mary's returns after the break. Welcome back. This homecoming is a joint celebration of heritage, Canadian Confederation, and the reunion students who attended St. Mary's DCVI. In this third installment of Coming Home, we speak with Kinsman Club member Wayne Barber about this year's Canada Day Parade and tourism manager Kelly Deeks Johnson about how the celebration is going to impact tourism in the town.
Well, I got my club, which was helped me, but and I asked Don Pike, who is the chair of the traditional Canada Day Parade, to help out because we are doing a joint parade this year with the Homecoming and Canada Day. So we got probably about 6-7 people involved in the administration part of it, and then there's going to be a bunch more to help the day of.
The core committee is about 20 people, and then it also includes some town staff. But service clubs have been actively participating and volunteering for this event. Other community members have stepped up to help for the day of. So really the volunteer count will be quite extensive by the end of this, but the core committee for planning the event itself has been about 20 people.
Well, the Kinsmen got involved originally just because we run the Santa Claus parade. So every year, so they came to us asking us, and then we just naturally fell into the position of running the parade for the event. But the Kinsmen have been doing projects in town for a lot of years, and our motto is community's greatest needs. So we also stepped up and had a major portion in the fundraising because we know so many people in town. And yeah.
This event is costing about roughly $30,000, but the event has been fully 100% sponsored by the generosity of our business community. We've raised an ample amount to host this event, and we could not have done it without them.
Well, the parade right now, but they're still coming in, but the floats, we're at 22 floats. We got, the fire trucks, we got some dressed up transport trucks, we got the Mocha Jeepsters, we got the Mocha Motorcycle Corps, we got the Jeep, Stratford mini cars, we got some really good things coming online for the parade. So.
Well, generally for Heritage Festival, we've welcomed about 3,000 tourists to the area. With this being kind of a trifecta event, we're merging our Canada Day festivities along with Homecoming and the Heritage Festival. We're expecting a lot more. We really have no full indication of what that is. This is our first big event after the pandemic. So we feel potentially this could be very big for us. We're hoping a lot of people are excited about coming back to St. Mary's. Our shops and services downtown and around our town are ready and excited and willing to greet visitors and community into their establishments. A lot of our downtown shops and services are running in-store events and promotions and activities during the weekend. And I think everyone's really ready and excited. And we have a lot of really great new businesses that have opened up in our downtown, as well as those that have been downtown for many years and are looking forward to seeing some familiar faces.
So I graduated in 77, but we're also the grade 13s from 78 because so we got 77 and 78 graduating class we're hosting at my place. What I like about it is just nice to see people you haven't seen for a long time. I think we've only had one class reunion since we graduated, and that's a long time ago. So it'll be really nice to see some people where they're at, what they're doing, what their kids are doing, because most of us are starting to get a retirement age. So.
Well, just that everybody here is really excited about welcoming everyone back. We look forward to showcasing kind of the community. Many of these people probably haven't been back for years. So we've got a lot of new and exciting things, and I think the whole weekend, the event list is such that everyone will get a really great feel of life in St. Mary's, our parks, and our arts and culture, and what we're all about. So we're really excited to showcase.
So I'd like to say thank you to all the sponsors because without this it wouldn't be happening, and it's going to be a great event, not a good event, because of their sponsorship. So I want to thank them. Because the fundraisers, the town merchants and the town businesses stepped up.
Coming Home to St. Mary's returns after the break with your homecoming schedule. Welcome back. Here's your Region This Week producer, Robert Kubinga, with the Homecoming Heritage Weekend schedule.
St. Mary's Homecoming and Heritage Festival is July 1st to the 3rd. Hindsight is 2022 as the town celebrates homecoming after a 2-year delay. Events get underway early as some things take place on June 30th. The summer show and sale is set to run from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. at the Flower Shop and more. Mixed doubles tennis are available at 7 p.m. at the St. Mary's Tennis Courts on Water Street. All are welcome. The St. Mary's Juggernaut soccer game against the London St. Thomas Croatia soccer team is set for 8 p.m. at the high school. Free admission. Movie night in Cadzo Park is set to begin at dusk. Bring your blankets and lawn chairs. Donations are appreciated. Taking some lawn bowling at Milt Donald Field from 9 a.m. till noon for free. At 10, the tales of historic watering holes throughout St. Mary's get underway at Broken Rail Brewing. $15 admission includes a pint from Broken Rail. Pre-register at 519-284-3556 or museum@town.stmarys.on.ca. The town then commemorates Canada Day at 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. with live music, a flag-raising ceremony, and more, right in Cadzo Park. The summer show and sale continues from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. Enjoy skateboarding at the Square One Open House on James Street South. Then, at 5:30, the Thames Crest Farms St. Mary's Kinsman Homecoming Parade starts, rolling up James Street, then along Queen Street through downtown. At 7:30, the Cascades Homecoming Street Dance begins right downtown. Then, the Rotary Club sets off a fireworks display from the Grand Trunk Trestle at 10. On July 2nd, the Farmers Market opens at 8 a.m. at the north end of Milt Donald Field. Then, the St. Mary's Home Building Center All-Years Student Reunion starts at 9 at St. Mary's DCVI. A free shuttle is available from the Pyramid Recreation Center or Wellness Center to downtown. The Heritage Festival will be downtown from 9 till 4, with shops, kiosks, and demonstrations. The Tales of Historic Watering Holes throughout St. Mary's enters its second day at Broken Rail Brewing. The Appleland Miniature Train will be running between Milt Donald Field, Queen and Water, and the Andrew Hodges Funeral Home. The Team K9 Agility Dog Show will take place in Milt Donald Field at 10, noon, and 2 p.m. The circus drummer will be playing magical music all throughout downtown until 4 p.m. The Bella Magic Show is right downtown with shows at 11, 1, and 3. The summer show and sale continues into its third day. A Heritage Bus Tour will take place every hour on the hour. Tours are free, but pre-registration is recommended at 519-284-3556. Tour the St. James Anglican Church and enjoy a boxed lunch from 11:30 till 3:30. Then the homecoming dance begins at the Kinsman Club at 8 p.m. Shuttles become available at 7 and run throughout the night. On July 3rd, take on a game of pickleball at 10 a.m., free of charge. An ecumenical ministerial service will take place at 1 p.m. in Cadzo Park, before the closing ceremonies at 2:15. Closing ceremonies will include the front porch show, completely free to attend. Throughout the whole weekend, enjoy a water station to refill your reusable water bottle at the corner of Queen and Wellington. 9 hours of golf are available at all 3 local courses for $20.20. Friday to Sunday only. The St. Mary's Museum features a homecoming exhibit, open every day. See townofstmarys.com/museum for hours. A walk down memory lane strolling exhibit will take place at multiple businesses all throughout downtown, displaying photos from the 70s, 80s, and 90s in their storefronts. You can also jot down memories in notebooks at these businesses that will be collected by the museum later. And the Art of Ideas Gallery has recently opened a unique gallery experience. Visit artofideasgallery.com to book your tour. Enjoy your time at homecoming. Remember, hindsight is 2022 in St. Mary's. For your region this week, I'm Robert Kapinga.
That's all for your region this week's Coming Home to St. Mary's special. Remember to enjoy homecoming responsibly and take in all the town has to offer. Your region this week returns July 8th with an all-new episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.